Alright guys, so my Castillo wants a 12 all around with a high taper. As you can see me, I'm combing his hair down the way that his hair pattern is. So I'm just following through it with my combs and making sure I'm laying everything flat down. Alright guys, so I'm going with the 12 all around, going against and with the grain. Make sure I'm only a little couple hairs touch with the clipper, but it's alright, at least we even it all around the hair. And that's what he wants. So to begin with this haircut, I go in with my Babyliss trimmers, and I go in to set my first guideline. Make sure not to dig in how I'm doing it, because you'll create a harsh guideline to take out when you're trying to blend this smoothly. Next step I like to do is I go with my Babyliss shavers. I try not to go too well to create a harsh guideline, so it will blend smoothly with the taper. Now I'm going back with my Babyliss trimmers, making sure that every little stubble is even, and I like to flip the trimmer the other way too, so it could remove the areas that the shaver couldn't get, and then I tend to go back with the shaver to lighten it up and smoothing out the taper. Big shout out to my guy Dizzy for producing these fire beats and letting me use them for this video. And next step, I'm going to go with my gammas, lever open about 1/2 inch. Step is I'm going with my trimmers to soften up the guideline. Next step I like to do is go with my clipper lever closed and start removing the first guideline I just created, and make sure to play with your levers a lot because you want to give a precise clean fade to your client. Make sure to use the corner of your clippers. That allows and gives an effect of a blurry fade. Bad happened. I thought the camera was recording when I did the one guard. I just created the one guard guideline, went about another 1/2 inch, but right now as you can see I'm getting rid of it with my half guard. I go halfway and then I start going. The more I go up, the more the lever goes down. Next step, I'm going with my 1.5 guard. Going up, flicking out motion. I'm going about 1/2 inch. All my guidelines in the back taper is about 1/2 inch, so make sure to scoop out to have that blurry transition and dark transition on top. To remove the guideline that I created, I'm going with the 1.5 and I went closed, and same process, same everything. When you're going up, the lever goes down. Now I'm going with my number 1 guard, lever open. Make sure to use your corners a lot and to get rid of all these dark spots.
Sometimes what I like to do, if the number 1 guard can't take out the dark spots, I go back with my half guard and make sure to flick out a lot, or you can cause some bald spots. And the last guard I'm gonna use for this back taper is the number 2. As you can see, I'm not gonna dig in the teeth of the clipper in. I'm just make sure I'm just going straight up and cleaning it up. Make sure to play with your levers because this impacts your fade. In my opinion, I feel like the more darkness it looks, the better the fade or the transition would be.
Are you out of your mind?
Now to really make sure that I've taken out the dark spots from that 2 guideline, I go back with my 1.5 lever open and make sure to scoop out. Now I'm gonna go in with my thinning shears, make sure it won't have that much bulk on top, and then clipper over comb at the end. I'm going back with my number 1 lever open. Make sure to detail your haircuts and please use your corners as you fade. The corners will make a precise look on your fade. It'll make it stand out. Alright, now we're going to the step by the neck taper lineup. So the neck taper lineup is pretty easy. Just go over the hair pattern, but make sure it looks sharp and crispy. And that's it for the back taper of this haircut. And now we're gonna work on the left and the right side for this taper. So we're gonna set up the guideline with the Babyliss trimmers. Next step, after setting up your guideline, I'm gonna go with my Babyliss shavers, and you know what to do, not to go all the way up and create a harsh guideline. Next step I like to do is go with my Gamma's lever open and create a guideline about 1/2 inch.
Are you out of your mind?
Next step I like to do is go back with my Babyliss trimmers and remove the harsh guideline I did. And my camera stopped recording on accident, so I already blended one side, the lever open on the other side. So right now I'm just going back and detailing. So to remove the guideline, I created with the lever open. As I'm removing it, I go with the lever closed. Then as I'm going up, the lever goes down. Now I'm going in with my number 1 guard lever open, creating the guideline about 1/2 inch. And to remove that guideline, I'm going with my half guard, going halfway with the lever system. And as I'm going up to remove that guideline, the lever goes down. And I close that lever when I'm using the half guard to get rid of real dark spots. And make sure, if you still see some dark spots, go with the lever open and make sure to use your corners a lot. After you're done blending the half guard, next step I like to do is go with my 1.5 and create another guideline about 1/2 inch. I'm going 1.5 lever closed on my cordless seniors, and you know, just keep playing with the levers to have a precise and a blurry look into your fade. And to remove that guideline, I'm going with my number one guard, a lever open. And make sure to use your corners a lot and make sure to flick out. And now I'm going with my half guard, lever open, and any dark spots that my number one guard couldn't get, I will remove it with my half guard. And last guard we're going to use is the number two guard, and make sure just to flick out and not to actually dig in. And now to remove the guideline I created with the two guard, I'm going with my 1.5, and you can barely see that I'm barely touching the hair. And next step I like to do is going back with my thinning shears, making sure everything is nice and firm. And after done with the haircut, now we're gonna go straight to lining them up. As you can see me, I'm pressing and digging in. Make sure to dig in so you can have that precise and crispy lineup. And then after, we're going to go with the straight razor, and make sure to be precautious when you're going with it, because you could seriously injure someone and make them bleed. You feel me? You don't want none of that. And my custody always likes for me to apply some enhancements. I personally like to making it natural, not super dark, not like a straight line. I like to have it natural. So as you can see here, I'm using the 245 card. You know, go cop yourself some. And after I'm done with their haircut, I like to show them their haircut at the end with the mirror. You can see Alexis the barber. I got some stickers on it. And man, what I like to cut hair is, man, I like to make people smile, man. I like to make them feel new, like a fresh new person, you feel me? But as you can see, I'm showing him this haircut, you know, fire ass haircut. And I'm showing him the back taper, and he says it's valid, bro. So, and don't forget, if you're new, subscribe to this YouTube channel and like for more videos, and share my content everywhere. Appreciate you, and this is the end of this final high taper, 12 all around. Thank you for watching.